Hey viewers, Purple Celery here. Happy New Year. Hope it's been a good one for you so far, and I hope that everybody had a great Christmas and a great New Year's Eve. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2019 Doctor Who special, Resolution. So I was a little bit worried about this episode. As I indicated in my previous video, I felt that Series 11 was a bit lackluster, but I was pleasantly surprised by this episode. I thought that Resolution had a tidy storyline to it, and most importantly, it had heart, which is something that I felt was lacking a bit from this current series. I was also a bit disappointed initially that there'd be no Doctor Who Christmas special and that instead we'd get like a New Year's Day special. But you know what? I'm now a convert. I'm actually sold on the idea. I actually think it was quite a refreshing change to have a New Year's Day special. So Resolution sees the reintroduction of the Daleks, or more specifically, a Dalek. So it starts off when two young archaeologists dig up a remnant, or specifically 1/3 of a Dalek, and under the ultraviolet lights it manages to, I guess, knit itself back together. It then invades the body of one of the archaeologists and goes on a rampage. I felt like there was a real sense of threat and menace from this Dalek. But having said that, this episode wasn't overly grim and serious. There were little flashes of humour. I did enjoy the jokes in it. For example, the throwaway line about how the Doctor went to a very embarrassing party where she presumably grew an extra head. Overall, I thought this episode had a good balance of scariness, but also humour. But best of all, Resolution had a fair bit of character development, which is something else that I felt was lacking a bit from this series. So I liked how we were able to connect quite easily with the young archaeologists at the start, Lynn and Mitch, who were sort of sorting out their feelings for one another. That was really good. But the real meaty character resolution came from the interaction between Ryan and Ryan's dad, Aaron, and Graham. So I know that people might disagree and say, oh no, this is too much like a soap opera, but I actually really enjoyed the development between Ryan and his dad, and especially the scene in the cafe. And I liked how Ryan's dad, Aaron, basically thought that he could, come back, stroll back into Aaron's life and say, stroll back into Ryan's life and say, yes, I, screwed up, I didn't know how to fix my mistakes, but hey, here I am, son, let's have a relationship again. And then Ryan basically telling him, no, Dad, that's not quite how it works. This is how you made me feel. I felt like I was abandoned. I didn't feel like I was good enough. And I also liked how Aaron got that. I liked how Aaron just didn't stay, well, stuff you, Ryan, I tried my best, see you later. I liked how Aaron was able to listen to his son and able to understand his point of view. And in that respect, I thought it was quite clever how the title Resolution didn't just refer to Aaron's New Year's resolution to turn over a new leaf, or the whole resolution of the Dalek plot, but also the resolution of the previously troubled relationship between Ryan and his dad. I thought that was quite well done. I also thought in Resolution, Jodie's Doctor was very doctorish, which was great. The scene that really sold it for me was how she really wanted to give the Dalek one last chance. This is clearly a Doctor who places a large premium on being kind and compassionate. And then I also liked too how when the Dalek obviously didn't take that last chance, Jodie's Doctor was like, okay, I tried, didn't I? I really tried. You guys heard me all try. And there's just that little hint of insecurity, which I think also goes to the heart of the Doctor. So for me, there were no issues whatsoever with Jodie Whittaker's performance in this episode. I also liked how we saw more of the TARDIS in this episode. Again, not something that we've seen a lot of in Series 11. I also liked the bit about UNIT being suspended due to lack of funding. That was quite intriguing, and I just wasn't expecting that. I thought that UNIT was this global organisation rather than just being centred in the UK. And yeah, I was just a bit surprised to learn that lack of funding could could result in it being suspended. I hope that Chris Chibnall and the other writers explore that further in Series 12. Because I would like to find out more about that, and also about how Kate Stewart's doing and what she's up to, and Osgood as well. While I thought this episode was pretty good, it wasn't entirely perfect. There were a couple of drawbacks. For example, I still thought that Yaz was underutilised. It felt like there wasn't really room enough in this episode for her to really do much. I also thought that the resolution, of the main Dalek plot was a little bit predictable. Like, as soon as Ryan's dad started talking about the microwave, I thought, oh, that sounds like a bit of a Chekhov's gun. I bet that microwave is going to be used somehow to defeat the Dalek. And it turned out to be the case. But having said all that, I really did enjoy this episode a lot, and in some ways I think it's probably the strongest of Chibnall's runs so far. I'd probably give this about 8.5 out of 10. But as always, I would love to know what you guys think. So please let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. Did you hate it? Did you love it? If you've enjoyed watching this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. As everyone knows by now, we probably won't be getting any new Doctor Who until early 2020. I will try and keep this channel going a bit in 2019, maybe just talking about some other aspects of Doctor Who, maybe talking about some other TV shows as well. If there's anything that you'd like to see in particular, please let me know. I love to hear suggestions, and I'm always open to listening to what you guys have to say. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this is Purple Celery, over and out. Have a good one.